Welcome to Epic Yarn Gems. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the bead stitch. I haven't done many stitches lately, so I wanted to give you a couple the next few weeks, and then we will be using them in projects after that. So I'm not going to worry too much about the starting count because the pattern will give you what you need to start, but I did a chain 10 with a row of single crochets for this swatch. We're going to do a chain 3. Upon completion of the chain 3, we are going to go into the second loop from the hook and do a double crochet. So we will yarn over, go under the V, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, and go through the last 2. At this point I turn my work a little bit just because that works best for me, but do what works best for you. And we're going to yarn over and go into that space right before that double crochet, pulling up a loop, yarn over, go through that space again, pull up a loop. You have 5 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and do that one more time. You will now have 7 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all of them but the last one, leaving 2 loops on your hook, and you are just going to finish with the yarn over, pulling through those last 2. So what we're going to do after this, we will skip a stitch and we'll do a double crochet followed by that same pattern that I just showed you. Always making sure you have 7 loops on your hook when you finish and going through all of them but the last one, leaving 2 on your hook. So what we'll do is look at this one more time. We're going to skip a stitch, go into the next stitch, do a double crochet into that stitch. Then we are going to yarn over, go into that open space, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and you're going to do that 3 times till you have 7 loops on your hook. And then you are going to pull through all of the loops that are on your hook, leaving just leaving 2 on your hook, and then just finishing with a yarn over through. So again, skipping a space, doing a double crochet in the next stitch, and we'll go into that open space with a yarn over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pulling up a loop, and we'll have 7 loops on our hook, yarn over, and we're going to pull through all the loops, leaving just 2 of those loops on our hook, yarning over, and then going through the last 2. And we're going to do one more bead stitch on this row, same way, starting with a double crochet and then going into that open space behind the double crochet 3 times with the yarn over, pulling up a loop until you have 7 loops on your hook. If you do the loops too tight, you can see sometimes it's hard to get the hook through all of them. So having a little loose tension does help with that. And sometimes a larger hook can also help you with that. So we finished that row of the bead stitch and we're going to do a chain 1, turn our work, and then we're going to put a single crochet in the top of each of those stitches. When I was looking at various patterns that use the stitch, I noticed that there was a row of single crochets between each of the bead stitch rows, and I think it creates a nice separation, so that's what I did for this video, just so that you could see what it looks like with the single crochet on top of it. It does make a really nice texture, and I'm excited to be using it in some projects in the near future. And I hope you join me to see what those projects are. If you have any suggestions on how to use the bead stitch, I'd be happy to hear them. So you can leave those in the comments. So we finished that row of single crochets and we're going to do the chain 3 again. Turning our work, going into the second stitch from the hook, yarn over, doing that double crochet, which is going to leave that open space, and then doing the bead stitch with the yarn over, picking up a loop until you have a total of 7 loops on your hook, pulling through, leaving 2 on the end, and finishing that off with a yarn over pull through. So as you can see, once you get going on this, it is really easy to get some speed going because it is just a lot of loops. Like I said before, the important thing is to watch your tension, because if you have too tight of a loop, it's going to be really hard to pull that hook through all of them. So the big thing here too is remember to skip a stitch between each of them and always start with that double crochet. You're going to be going into that open space that it makes behind that double crochet. And you will be doing that yarn over, pulling up a loop a total of 3 times, yarning over, making sure you leave 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through those last 2. So that is the bead stitch. I really want to thank you for joining me here today. If you'd like to leave me some comments, that'd be great. Also give a thumbs up to this video. And if you want to see future videos that I make, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks.